Every day, our staff meets people facing difficult choices. People are choosing between whether they will feed their families, buy the medications they need, or pay their rent. Some may need safety from an abusive partner. Others are looking for a second chance by clearing their criminal records. Some may be dealing with each of these problems and more. At Legal Aid Society, we take a holistic approach to helping clients because we understand that there may be layers of other issues beyond the legal issue they came to us with. Whatever the legal problem is for a person, Legal Aid Society staff lead with compassion while guiding them through some of the most challenging and vulnerable situations of their lives. Most importantly, we remind them that they're not alone in the process. As people come to us in moments of crisis, we make sure that they are seen and heard. As we work to fix their legal issues, we also strive to restore their sense of hope.
"1989 was the first time that I moved in public housing. And I had an incident where me and my neighbor had got into it, and she pepper sprayed me. They didn't arrest me, they arrested her. But housing authorities sent me a note to vacate. They told me I had 14 days to remove the premises. And I got helpless. I felt butterflies. I felt lonely. I didn't know what to do, didn't know where to go. But when I found out about legal aid, everything was okay. They helped smooth my mind. Zach was in my corner on every situation. When I called, they was always there for me. If it wasn't for legal aid, I think I would be homeless today. I knew I would because I wouldn't have had nowhere to go. Now I'm here. I'm in a mansion compared to where I was. And I love it to death. It's totally different than living in public housing. They don't bother you, they don't stress you. I love where I'm living. I got a peace of mind. I get along with the people in the office. I communicate with the neighbors here in the hallways, upstairs, we all get along. It's just totally different here. And I just want to give thanks to Legal Aid being there for people who needs their help. And I reach out to people that don't know that Legal Aid can help them. Then they started reaching out to me, and I was there for them, just like Legal Aid is there for me. I just got a call last week. This girl was late on her rent. They sent her a note to get out. So I reached out to Legal Aid. They went to court with her. She got to pay her rent. So Legal Aid helped her last week. We need to stick together as a community and help one another. Don't sit there and have butterflies all in your stomach, thinking that you have nowhere to go the next day, that you're gonna have to move. I'm on the board at Legal Aid. We will help you, we got you.
At 17, I committed a crime. I really didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have any understanding. I was a single parent of 2. At 20, I was convicted of my crime. I was away from my kids for 5 years. It was a struggle. It was a challenge. I'm not able to go to school plays. I'm not able to attend any of the, like my son's first tooth falling out and all of those good type of things. So it hurt. When I came home, even though I paid my debt to society, I thought that everything was behind me, everything was done. Go look for a job. I thought that I can just pick up back to where I left off. I faced, "I'm sorry, we can't hire you because of your background." Apartments, "I'm sorry, you were denied because of your background." Everything was just background, 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 background. It forces you to go back to poverty because it rejects you.
Jazzcelyn and I were connected through a program with one of our community partners, and we reviewed basically all of the facts and the relevant law and determined that her record was eligible for expungement. And in this case, it left her with absolutely no criminal record. So moving forward from that point of view, she doesn't have to disclose to an employer that she had these charges because those charges are gone. She doesn't have to worry about a landlord running a background check and pulling up some 10-year-old charge because it's gone. So by reducing these systemic barriers and helping someone like Ms. Jazzcelyn get her record clean, that now improves her access to these basic necessities of living, and that's going to be just the momentum that's going to help somebody move forward and make the best of their second chance.
I want to be able to start a type of organization and to speak to women that are still in prison, that are getting ready to get out, sort of like a re-entry program, and just offer services like this, because I was there once upon a time in my life, so I know exactly where they're coming from. And it's to be able to help them go in the right direction and just realize that even though we, have a past, we still have a future as well too.
In the marriage I was in, everything that I did was controlled. There was a lot of manipulation and lying and abuse from him. I thought he loved his daughters and he always seemed to be a good father, but slowly I started to see the girls go into their rooms a lot and they were isolating themselves a lot. When I discovered the truth, I knew I had to get my daughters out of that situation, get them out of that life. I didn't want my daughters to endure any abuse from anybody. I always just wanted to keep my girls happy and safe. I went over to get an order of protection to make sure that he stayed away from us. I was there alone and legal aid came over to me and we talked about me getting divorced and how they would be able to help me. I didn't even know where to start to get divorced, but they made it so easy and simple to go through the process. We have struggled financially on our own and they helped me with resources to get assistance and they helped me feel like I wasn't alone. On the final court, when we were granted the divorce and then also the dividing of the assets, it's hard to describe the feeling of being over that hump because it was something that was over me for a long time, and knowing that I have financial stability to support my daughters and to be able to take care of them like they deserve. And I'm so grateful for legal aid and all their help, and I wish more people knew about it, and I want people to know about it because there are people that really need it, and I feel like we were in a tough spot and I don't know how I would have gotten out of that situation without them. Within the last 2 years that we've been free of that life, I've seen my girls grow so much and be themselves, and they have worked so hard in therapy and in school and everything. Going to the national soccer games was something I needed to help me with what was going on with a lot of sad memories and just wanting to make new happy memories. We've celebrated a lot of things out at all the games. I was there the day that I got granted my divorce, and I was there to celebrate Mother's Day with my girls. I learned firsthand that I had to take care of myself to be able to take care of them, and I strive for that